Have you ever wanted to speak English naturally? But every time you try, your brain keeps translating. It feels slow and frustrating, right? You want to express yourself, but the words don't come out easily. Imagine thinking in English directly. No translation, no hesitation, just smooth conversation. What if I told you that this is possible for anyone? Even if you've struggled for years learning English, you might be wondering, how do I start thinking in English? That's exactly what we'll explore today. You are watching Storytime English. Here, every story teaches you something new. It also helps you grow with English. And you will discover simple ways to practice every day. Let's begin. Today, I will share a story that shows you how to think in English naturally. It is about a person like you, someone who struggled but found a secret to speak with confidence. This is the story of Alex. He always wanted to speak English fluently. Every day, he tried to practice, but he kept translating in his head. It made him slow and nervous. Conversations felt like a puzzle. He watched videos, read books, and tried speaking, but nothing seemed to work. Alex often asked himself, "Why can't I think in English directly?" He knew translation was holding him back. One day he decided to change his approach. He wanted to stop translating and start thinking in English naturally. He promised himself that he would try new methods every day. Even small steps could make a big difference. He knew the secret was not just studying hard. The real secret was changing the way he used his brain. Alex started by observing his daily life. He decided to describe everything in English. When he made coffee, he said, "I am pouring water." He added, "I am stirring the coffee slowly." At first, it felt strange and slow. His brain kept switching back to his native language. He did not give up. He reminded himself that every small step mattered. Walking to the park, he described what he saw. The sun is shining brightly. The birds are singing in the trees. Sometimes people looked at him strangely, but he smiled and continued thinking in English. He realized that speaking alone was not enough. Thinking in English had to become a habit. Every action became a chance to practice. Every small description made his brain stronger. One evening, Alex faced a challenge. He wanted to tell his friend about his day in English. He started speaking slowly. Words stumbled, and he felt frustrated. Then he remembered a trick he had read about. He decided to imagine a movie in his mind. He pictured every scene in English first. Then he described it out loud in simple sentences. It is sunny in the park. Children are playing and laughing. His sentences felt smoother this time. He realized that thinking visually helped him think in English. His brain did not need translation anymore. Alex asked himself, "Why didn't I try this sooner?" He smiled, feeling proud of his progress. From that day, he practiced thinking like a storyteller. Every day became a small English adventure. The next morning, Alex decided to take it further. He started narrating his routine silently in English. "I am brushing my teeth. I am washing my face." He added small details to make it natural. At first, he felt self-conscious. His brain still tried to translate sometimes. He remembered a simple rule: small steps, daily practice. He repeated sentences several times. By lunchtime, he noticed a change. Thoughts in English started coming faster. Even when he spoke to friends, simple sentences popped out naturally. He didn't pause to translate. Alex realized that consistency was the real key. Thinking in English had become easier, step by step. He asked himself, "Can anyone do this?" He knew the answer was yes, with patience and practice. One afternoon, Alex went to a cafe. He wanted to order in English without hesitation. He felt nervous at first. The words were ready in his mind, but his mouth hesitated. Then he remembered his visualization trick. He imagined the scene in English first. "The menu has coffee and sandwiches," he thought. "I will say, 'I would like a cappuccino, please.'" He spoke slowly and clearly. The barista smiled and replied naturally. Alex felt a rush of confidence. He realized he could handle real conversations now. He asked himself, "Why did I ever fear speaking English?" He laughed quietly to himself. That moment taught him a lesson. Practice makes thinking in English automatic. A few days later, Alex met his friends at the park. He decided to speak only in English. At first, he made mistakes. Words came out wrong, and he sometimes paused. His friends encouraged him. "It's okay, Alex. Keep trying," they said kindly. He corrected himself and tried again. "I am playing football with my friends," he said proudly. Alex realized mistakes were part of learning. They were not failures, but chances to improve. He asked himself, "What if I never try because of fear?" He knew fear would stop progress. By the end of the day, Alex felt confident. Thinking and speaking in English was becoming natural. He smiled, knowing every small step was adding up. His mind was slowly switching to English thinking. Alex decided to create a daily habit. Every morning, he spoke to himself in English for 10 minutes. He described everything he saw and felt. "The sun is shining. I feel happy today." At first, it felt awkward. His brain still tried to translate sometimes. He reminded himself that practice was more important than perfection. Small steps mattered. During the day, he continued thinking in English silently. Every small task became a chance to practice. By evening, he noticed his sentences were faster. Words came naturally without translating. Alex realized habits built automatic thinking. The more he practiced, the easier it became. He asked himself, "How long before English feels like my first language?" He smiled, knowing progress takes time. A few days later, Alex joined a small English-speaking group online. He wanted to test his skills. At first, he felt nervous. Everyone spoke quickly, and he worried he would fall behind. He remembered his practice. He imagined what he wanted to say in English first. "When it's my turn, I will say clearly," he thought. "I want to share my story about learning English." He spoke slowly and confidently. People listened and responded warmly. Alex realized that preparation and visualization helped him stay calm. He didn't translate at all. He asked himself, "Can I handle faster conversations too?" He knew practice would get him there. By the end of the session, Alex felt proud. Thinking in English was becoming his natural habit. A week later, Alex went to a busy shopping mall. He wanted to try English in a fast-paced environment. The place was crowded, and people spoke quickly. He felt a little scared at first. He remembered his method. He pictured what he wanted to say in English before speaking. "I want to ask for directions," he thought. "Excuse me, can you help me find the food court?" He spoke clearly, and the person smiled, giving him directions. Alex followed the steps carefully. Even though the pace was fast, he managed to communicate. Thinking in English made it easier. He asked himself, "What if I freeze next time?" He realized practice built confidence for any situation. By the end of the day, he felt stronger. English thinking was becoming automatic, even in busy places. A few days later, Alex joined a group discussion at a community event. He wanted to speak confidently in front of many people. At first, he felt nervous. Everyone was talking at once, and it seemed overwhelming. He took a deep breath and remembered his visualization technique. He imagined each sentence in English first. "When it is my turn, I will speak slowly and clearly," he thought. "I will share my ideas without translating." He spoke one sentence at a time. People listened, nodded, and responded positively. Alex realized that focusing on one thought at a time helped him stay calm. He didn't need to translate. He asked himself, "Can I handle even bigger groups?" He knew that consistent practice would prepare him. By the end of the discussion, he felt proud. Thinking in English in real-life situations was becoming natural. Alex noticed his progress and wanted to help others. He thought about teaching his friend Mia how to think in English. He explained his method simply. "First, imagine what you want to say in English," he said. "Then speak slowly, without translating." Mia listened carefully. She tried speaking simple sentences aloud. At first, she made mistakes. Alex encouraged her. "Mistakes are okay. They help you improve," he said. He suggested practicing daily. Even 5 minutes a day could make a difference. Mia felt motivated. She realized that thinking in English was not impossible. Alex asked her, "Do you see how much faster you speak when you stop translating?" Mia nodded with excitement. By the end of the week, Mia was more confident. Alex felt proud seeing someone else learn his secret method. The next weekend, Alex joined a language exchange event. People from different countries came together to practice English. He felt excited but also nervous. It was his first time speaking with so many strangers. He remembered his daily practice. He decided to listen carefully and answer with simple sentences. When his turn came, he smiled. He said, "Hello, my name is Alex. I am learning to think in English." The group responded warmly. They encouraged him to share more about his journey. He spoke slowly but clearly. He didn't translate, and that made him feel free. By the end of the session, Alex realized something important. Thinking in English worked in any situation. He asked himself, "Why was I afraid before?" He knew fear was only in his mind. Later that week, Alex had to attend a work meeting. His boss asked him to explain a small project in English. At first, Alex felt nervous. Work situations felt more serious than casual conversations. He prepared by imagining the meeting in his head. He built sentences like, "I completed the report yesterday." When the meeting began, he focused on one sentence at a time. He spoke slowly but with confidence. His colleagues listened carefully. They understood him and asked simple questions. Alex answered without translating. His thoughts flowed directly in English. After the meeting, his boss said, "Good job, Alex." That one sentence gave him more confidence than ever. Alex smiled and thought, "If I can do this at work, I can do it anywhere." One evening, Alex sat in the park reflecting on his progress. He remembered how lost he felt at the beginning. Now he could think in English during his daily life. He could speak without fear. He asked himself, "What changed for me?" The answer was simple: practice and mindset. He realized that language is like exercise. The more you train your brain, the stronger it gets. He thought about people who still struggle with translation. He wanted to share his story with them. He imagined telling them, "Start small, practice daily, and don't fear mistakes." His journey was not perfect. But every day he moved forward one step at a time. He felt proud that English was no longer a puzzle. It was becoming part of his thinking. The next day, Alex met a tourist in his city. The tourist looked confused and asked for directions in English. Alex felt ready. He smiled and replied, "Go straight, then turn left at the second street." The tourist understood and thanked him. Alex felt a spark of joy in his heart. This was real communication. It was not a classroom exercise or practice with friends. He asked himself, "Am I really thinking in English now?" The answer was yes. He realized that helping someone in English gave him more confidence. Every real situation became practice. Later, he told his friend Mia about it. She laughed and said, "See? You're becoming fluent now." Alex laughed too. He knew he still had more to learn, but he was on the right path. As weeks passed, Alex built stronger habits. He spent 10 minutes every morning talking to himself in English. He read short articles daily. After reading, he summarized them aloud in his own words. Sometimes he listened to podcasts. He repeated sentences to improve his flow. When he walked on the street, he described everything he saw in English. His brain stopped translating almost completely. English thoughts came naturally and smoothly. Alex asked himself, "How can I keep improving faster?" He realized he needed to challenge himself more. So he joined an online speaking club. There, he met people from the UK, USA, and Asia. They spoke together every week. Each meeting gave him new confidence and new skills. One day, during the online club, someone asked Alex for advice. "How did you stop translating?" they asked. Alex smiled. He explained the method step by step. "First, practice small sentences in daily life," he said. "Second, describe what you see and feel in English. Third, don't fear mistakes. Every mistake is a lesson." He added, "Finally, practice daily, even 5 minutes." The group listened carefully. They felt encouraged by his story. Alex realized he was no longer just a learner. He had become an example for others. He asked himself, "Did I really come this far?" The answer was yes, step by step. That moment showed him the true power of thinking in English. A few months later, Alex traveled abroad for the first time. He visited London, a dream he always had. On the first day, he entered a cafe. He ordered confidently, "Can I have a latte, please?" The barista answered quickly. Alex understood every word without translating. He felt proud of himself. His practice was working in real life. Walking through the city, he heard people speaking fast. Surprisingly, his brain caught the meaning easily. He asked himself, "When did English stop feeling foreign?" He realized it felt natural now. He stopped comparing it with his native language. His brain was thinking directly in English. That trip became proof of his progress. He knew anyone could achieve the same with practice. When Alex returned home, his friends noticed a change. He spoke English smoothly and confidently. They asked him, "What's your secret?" He smiled and said, "No translation method." He explained how labeling objects, daily narration, and visualization helped him. He told them mistakes were not the enemy. Fear was the real enemy of progress. Alex encouraged them to try his method for 1 week. Just 7 days of daily practice. His friends agreed to try. They started practicing simple sentences every morning. Soon, they also felt progress. They realized English was easier when they thought directly. Alex felt happy to share his journey. He knew more people could benefit from his story. Finally, Alex reflected on everything he had learned. He remembered the struggle, the fear, and the hesitation. He compared it to his present self. Now he thought in English with confidence and freedom. He asked himself, "What advice should I give to others?" He knew the answer clearly. Start small, practice daily, and never fear mistakes. Build habits that train your brain to think in English. He realized language learning was not about talent. It was about consistency and mindset. He wanted everyone watching his story to believe in themselves. If Alex could do it, anyone could. The secret was simple, but powerful. Thinking in English was the real key to fluency. And now, it was part of his life forever. So, that's Alex's story, and the secret of thinking in English without translation. I also made a simple video for English beginners, and the link is in the description and pinned comment. If you want to check if you're moving from beginner to the next level, go watch it. And once you fully understand it, write a short summary in the comments. This is your small task today, and every task like this will push you closer to fluency. If you learned something new today, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll keep growing step by step in English.